What is up, guys? Welcome back to another diecast review, and for whatever reason, I feel like I'm saying it more now that this is a special one, but this one is. This is a Scott McLaughlin's 2020 Grand Prix of St. Petersburg entry. Now, unfortunately, this race didn't go too well for him. Obviously, it was probably the best race of last year outside of the Indy 500, and maybe even better than the 500 itself. Maybe. But it was an eventful race. Unfortunately, the race was only 46 laps for Scott. He had a crash with Renus VK, and that was kind of the end of it. However, Authentic Collectibles out of Australia has been nice enough to produce this car. Now then, theory time. I believe that this car here is the reason that we have the road course kit. So, it was only a couple weeks after the Grand Prix of St. Petersburg last year where Authentic Collectibles on Facebook announced that they were going to be producing Scott McLaughlin's first race car, and they showed it. They showed an illustration of the car on the road course kit. Now, as time went on, they released pre-production. It looked very much like a Greenlight car. Now, at the time, Greenlight had not announced that they were doing road course cars. They wouldn't actually do so until January 2021. So, here we have it. So this is the signature edition. It comes in a different package. We'll go over the packaging real fast. It's very Team Penske themed, if you think about it. But Team Penske, Shell, V-Power Nitro Plus, Dallara Chevrolet IndyCar, 2020 Firestone Grand Prix of St. Petersburg, driver Scott McLaughlin, IndyCar debut. And then there you can see, and again, special packaging for this limited edition collector's model. There's only 1,200 of these that are going to be produced, and Authentic Collectibles and Team Penske. And underneath, well, let's flip around. Looks very different than normal IndyCar boxes, but that's the packaging. Also with it, you get something very different: a certificate of authenticity, signed by Scott McLaughlin. Mine is numbers 101 out of 1,200, and it just certifies that this is a diecast and that this card is signed by Scott. So if you don't know, Authentic is a retailer out of Australia. So you cannot buy these in the States. You can't go to the Speedway and buy them. They're an Authentic exclusive. So if you want one, they're on Authentic Collectibles website. Now then, I want to say that I need to give a special thank you to Steve K51, who helped me acquire this one. He presented a very enticing opportunity to get one. I was on the fence about it, and he came forward, and we came together with a plan that would be beneficial for both of us. So, and I also must throw in for the record that he is better at racing anything than I am. And he's won at Indianapolis. Go Steve. But anyways, so we have gotten this car on the oval configuration, and we'll look at that here in a minute. But let's go over this car. So on the nose, we have, of course, the road course front wings, which actually looks really good in this livery. It looks really good in a gloss red. We have Penske Truck Rental, Pyrotech, which sponsors all of the Australian drivers, it seems, if you remember back to Matthew Brabham as well. Dallara, Pennzoil, Chevrolet, and TT IndyCar Series. The number 3 with this new shot cover, the actual, like, good-looking one, the accurate-looking one. The number 3, the Shell logo, which on this shot cover doesn't look as bad. I think definitely the highlights here, or the sculpting here, helps quite a bit. McLaughlin on the Aero screen, and then Chevy and NTT IndyCar Series. Hitachi, Shell V-Power Nitro Plus, Verizon, Penske Truck Rental, PPG, Snap-on, Chevy, Pyrotech. On the rear wing, we have the number 3 down here. Again, I don't think it's the best positioning for the number. Once again, we're missing the the louvers up here. It looks very plain. I mean, it looks okay, but it's still not accurate. Shell V-Power Nitro Plus. Oops. On the back of the rear wing, once again, just like the Will Power card, there's no decaling, which is interesting. And then Team Penske, this side is the same. Now, one thing that was pointed out to me is the fuel probe is on the wrong side because in St. Petersburg, the pit wall would be on this side of the car, not this side. Now, again, this is casted in, so I really do not think that they would have put in the effort to change that part of it just for one car. But, you know, I think Greenlight had the enticement to do it, to make a road course car, but they needed someone to push them, and I think Authentic was the ones to do it. Now then, my issues with this car, and Steve brought this up to me as well, that this was with his car, is the mirrors do not sit right on this one. You can see there's a little bit of a gap there, and this one actually was broken off in the packaging, and this one here doesn't sit quite right. It's better than the other side, but it didn't want to sit properly. And another one was my suspension was actually broken up here. Now I fixed it. It was an easy fix, but you know, those are two pretty major things, because you can't really miss the mirror on one of these, on the 118 especially. And then the other thing is, I mean, the suspension holds the car up, whether it's in real life or diecast form. So I don't know. I let this one slide a little bit because it is a very limited car and not many people are going to have them overall. Actually, and the DIN number on this one is, it's 607. So, I thought it was 67 for whatever reason, but I guess 607. Okay, so I like this card number better. Now, interesting note, this is this one has Firestone Reds on it, and I was a little bit concerned that they would like kind of cheap out and only do the Firestone Red printing on one side, but they did do it on both for this car, and I believe it's also on the Dixon car. And this is the second car that we've gotten from this race, the other one obviously being the Dixon Champion car, and you know my feelings on it. However, one really nice thing is we get the oval and road course of the same scheme. This is the first one that we get like that, and you can definitely see the translation, and I think this looks really cool, because this, I can now say pretty solidly that this is from his IMS test when he ran after the season, because IndyCar does a round of fall testing at the Speedway. So I can say with some certainty that this is based off of the test car that he ran. And this one is obviously the St. Petersburg car, but it's really cool to see. I mean, we get the alternate tires, and of course super speedways, they don't have alternate tires, so it works. And you can just see the differences in the two. I mean, and you can definitely see the differences in the shock cover here. Great comparison finally. And I think I'm gonna do kind of a comparison on some of this in a different video of these two, now that I have the same scheme on both aero kits. But yeah, so definitely a really cool piece to have. It looks fantastic. Despite the little quality control issues that I had with mine, I think this is a fantastic car. And I'm very glad that Authentic stepped up and had it produced on the proper aero kit. I mean, this is the kind of thing that we've been wanting, you know, like if they could have done the Dixon Champion on this kit and then also got rid of that horrible raced version stuff, then that would have been probably the perfect championship car in my opinion. But overall though, this car is great. As of the time of recording this video, I believe that you can still get this off the Authentic Collectibles website, so very much do so. Shipping time to Indiana from Australia was about a week and a half, 2 weeks almost. So it's not the end of the world. It's not like some places like Italy where it could be a month or more. So honestly, I would, if I were you and I could do it, definitely get it. Now the price for it is a little bit more. It's about $100, I believe, or $110. So you are paying more. However, you also have to keep in mind that this is a limited edition car that you can only get from one outlet. And I mean, I think it's worth it for me. And also you get a certificate of authenticity, which is kind of cool. For me, at least. But anyways, so that's the review of it. So thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you in the next video. Hit the subscribe button, thumbs up button, whatever button you hit. Blindfold yourself and hit a button. I don't know. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching and see you in the next video. Peace out.